Winter weather in Iowa is fickle. Some years we are cold with piles of snow, while other years are warm and mild. So what does 2022-23 hold for us here in corn country? Well, we are currently in a La Niña year. And this usually would place us in a colder and even potentially wetter pattern. And what La Niña means is you get that colder water that's off near South America, causes some upwelling there, and that can change around the pattern of our jet stream and put us in a more active pattern, leading to more smaller clipper systems driving their way down from Canada with more frequent but smaller and lower snowfall amounts. And that also means less large Colorado lows that typically bring in those very heavy snowfalls. And La Niña also means a much more amplified jet stream. So we'll get those colder colds, but then we'll swing back up into some of the warmer air. So we'll get those large scale back and forths there. The Climate Prediction Center, which forecasts seasonal outlooks, says we may see slightly higher chances of above average precipitation and slightly higher chances of cooler than average temperatures as we head through the winter. Past La Niña years have been relatively inconsistent with what we can expect. Snowfall amounts have ranged from nearly 11 inches below average in 2011-2012 to 22 inches above average back in 2020 to 2021. So while seasonal forecasting is already tricky, Dr. Jen Francis from the Woodwell Climate Research Center explains how climate change is the wild card in forecasting our winter weather.
What we tend to see happening these days is the impact of the warming Arctic causing the pattern of the jet stream, which is this river of fast-moving wind that encircles the northern hemisphere, taking these bigger northward and southward swings. And this is, we think, directly connected to this rapid warming in the Arctic. And when we get these bigger swings in the jet stream, a couple of things happen. First is when we get one of those big southward dips, that allows the Arctic air, that really frigid Arctic air, to plunge much farther southward than it normally would. Think back to February 2021, when we had that exceptional cold spell that really had a terrible impact on especially Texas and Oklahoma and the southern part of the United States, where it was cold for days on end, extremely cold. In fact, Dallas was down in the negative digits. And so the second factor is that when we get these really large swings in the jet stream, they tend to shift very slowly.
Which means what you see is what you get when it comes to a winter pattern. So while things are looking slightly colder and snowier, the impacts of climate change may turn that forecast on its head.